What's up, y'all? Your boy, Heaven Hollywood. So we're here to check out and react to this Blinds, Celebrity.tea Blinds. Now, she's the young lady on TikTok who reads off of Crazy Days and Nights. You know what I mean? So that's the person we're going to react. She has a video out. She just put a video out about Nicki Minaj, and everybody is sending it to me, telling me to react to it. So let's get it.
On this episode of the Celebrity Blinds podcast, we're doing a deep dive into the last 10 years of Nicki Minaj's blind items. She was allegedly a yacht girl back in the day and as recent as 2019 in the blind items, which is essentially a high-end escort. And she allegedly made more money from sleeping with men than she would from being on tour for weeks. Nicki has also allegedly had
Well, so starting right out the gate on some craziness. So she's saying that Nicki Minaj was a yacht girl. Now, funny she says that because you know who else said that she was a high-end escort? Jaguar Wright. I said that Jaguar Wright was full of it. I don't ever believe or known Nicki Minaj to be an escort at any point in time. So this one right here, I'm not going with that one.
a decades-long issue with substance abuse. And it's something that the public has watched play out in front of their eyes despite her denying any substance addiction. She's gone on substance-induced rants on social media, making people believe that she's crazy. She's married a convicted R-wordist and accused murderer, Kenneth Petty, who has allegedly been cheating on her since the very beginning of their relationship and stealing from her, which she is just now figuring out.
So that part I agree with. Now I'm not going to say since the beginning, but then again, you know, I already told you that I speak to somebody who knows Kenneth Petty and who, you know, speaks to him on a pretty regulatory basis. So that might be true or whatever. So and of course we know the part about her, about who she married, and we know about. I don't know whether it is coke rants, but we know she goes on rants and she's admitted that she's done pills or what have you. So let's keep it going.
But we don't know if she's realized that it's actually her husband who's the one stealing from her. She allegedly even almost murdered someone herself. And she also allegedly protected her ex-offender brother and threatened her husband and her brother's victims. She also allegedly statutory assaulted someone who was 15 or 16 when she was in her late 20s. And it doesn't say whether this victim was a male or female because the blind items also allege that Nicki Minaj enjoys hooking up with women.
Now, I believe the 15-year-old they're referring to is the little, what's his name? From Young Money. Whatever that dude's name was. Remember they said, oh, on camera she essayed because she gave him a lap dance or something like that. As far as the hooking up with women goes, listen, maybe she does, but I've never known Nicki Minaj to like women. I heard from the beginning that was just a ploy to get the LGBTQ behind her. But Nicki Minaj, from what I've known, does not hook up with women. She does not like women like that. All right? So if she did, you know, I know she admitted to sexting with somebody, right? Sexting with Amber Rose. But other than that, I've never heard of Nicki Minaj. Now, if she does, she kept it very quiet. I've never heard of Nicki Minaj liking girls. But let's continue.
Ongoing feud with Cardi B has gotten nastier than ever. Their most recent Twitter war got extremely heated when both of them brought up the other's kids. And Nicki Minaj allegedly sent bots after Cardi B and weaponized her fan base to attack her. She's allegedly a huge bully who uses her fans to go after people she doesn't like, which I have experienced firsthand. And we're going to be getting into other allegations like she bought music awards, she's been physically violent and even allegedly beat her assistant, and has lost lots of friends.
So, I have heard about the assistant, but She's bought music awards. Which music awards did she buy? Like American Music Awards? Because she doesn't have any Grammys. If she bought music awards, wouldn't she buy a Grammy? I'm not going to say she bought awards, but those awards that come from fan voting, all of her fans got together and mass voted or what have you. But as far as buying awards, if she bought an award, I would think she'd buy a Grammy.
From crazy behavior due to substance use. So buckle up because we're unpacking the last 10 years of her blind items, the headlines, the receipts, and the legacy of Nicki Minaj, the queen of controversy and chaos. Head over to patreon.com/celebrityblinds to listen to the full episode. You don't necessarily need to become a member to listen to this episode. You can purchase the episode individually for a lower price.
Okay, so again, that is from Celebrity.tea Blinds. She's very big on TikTok. I believe it was last week or the week before she was into reading somebody's Celebrity Blinds. I believe it was Cardi B, right? And for people saying, I see some people saying, "Oh, Rock Nation sent her to do it." No, because she just did a deep dive on Beyonce and Jay-Z not long ago. So nobody's off limits with this girl. Not Taylor Swift, and she's done deep dive on Taylor Swift. She's done reveals on Taylor Swift, on Rihanna, on Nicki Minaj, on Ariana Grande, on Cardi B. So she's not out there playing favorites. But again, she is reading. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're going to get sued." She is reading her celebrity blinds. She does not come up with the blinds. I believe she's getting these blinds off of Crazy Days and Nights. All right? So, again, man, some of these things you can take with a grain of salt. A lot of those things about Nicki Minaj, I have heard. But the Escort thing, I don't believe, right? The thing with the girl, I just don't believe. I mean, I could be wrong. But I've always heard that the thing about Nicki Minaj liking girls is always an act. Because I've never heard of anyone in the industry saying they had a relationship with Nicki Minaj or they slept with Nicki Minaj or anything like that. The only thing we've ever heard was Jaguar Wright coming out and saying something about Nicki Minaj having a sex tape with Megan Thee Stallion, which I don't believe that either. I've always heard that was a gimmick to get the LGBT behind her, saying she was bi and all this other stuff. The high-end escort thing is absolutely ridiculous to me. Yes, I believe the parts about her husband. And I do believe that he is the one. I believe all of this thing with Ra Ali and all these other people, I believe this is just a ploy to try to get everyone's mind off of her husband because Cardi B called her out and said the husband was doing it. I don't believe for 1 minute this story about Ra Ali stealing $12 million from her or this other clown that she's talking about, Tristan Deontay, whatever his name is. I don't believe for 1 minute. I believe it's her husband doing it. And she knows the husband doing it, but now she's trying to cover it up so Cardi B doesn't look like she's right. And what they're going to do is use the receipt from other people because this Tristan dude and Ra may have had issues with other people. So they're going to use their story with them to try to make it seem as though that is what happened with Nicki Minaj. But I'm not buying it till I see some receipts. So this person is going to continue on. They said this is just the beginning. They're about to deep dive into Nicki Minaj's blind items revealed. Y'all can check out on TikTok. Whenever they drop the next one, we're going to react to that too. Let me know down in the comments what you think. How much of these reveals do you believe? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network.